It's quite a short one. It is a big celebration day here in Budapest, the Independence Day. And they are represented in the final event, the women's 4x2. Can't see the medals going anywhere other than the USA, Canada and Australia, but we'll see. Russian Federation, there's their quartet. Now Valenko will round things off for them. Well, we've seen what the individual Spanish can do. Sanchez, who was in that final earlier on, as part of the quartet. They're in 7. Should be a big noise here. Hungarian quartet, Nagy, Hathazi, Stoker and Gal. That's their quartet for this 4x2. Germany finished incredibly strongly this morning. Just looking at their quartet, they've made a couple of changes as well. So maybe expect them to be not too far away. But the main protagonists, I think, we're about to see. Canada with, yeah, I think it's the same lineup as this morning. Certainly top to bottom it is. Now the Australian quartet: Michaela Ryan, Rebecca Jacobson, Jenna Forrester, Tobin. As we know, the Americans normally dominate relays. Australians are never too far behind. Here comes the USA foursome: Lily Nordman, Erin Gemmell, Justina Kozan, and Claire Tuggle right at the very end to probably bring them home. Just seeing whether it's a lot to ask of this quartet to get close to that championship record that Canada currently holds, set 2 years ago in Indianapolis. They've got to find from heat to final 10 seconds. It's a lot. World record, that's definitely out of sight in the Australian quartet from Gwangju last month. But we'll keep an eye on the splits, just in case. Russia, Hungary, Canada, USA, Australia, Germany, Spain, and Poland. There you go, 10 seconds between the world record and the championship record, which is also the world junior record. 7:51.47. I won't be surprised if they get close to that, but there are some very quick swimmers in there. Good start from Russia on the far side. In a 4x2, the start's not all important. The takeovers, however, are. We saw a couple of edgy ones from Canada and Australia in the men's 4x2. Both of them were just about legal. Russia, Australia, early stages. Russia with Nikonova. Canada with Doothright. Nordman for the USA. Pallister, one of the rising stars of Australian swimming, female swimming. Lani Pallister leads off for the Aussies. Maya Tobin for Germany. Russia on the far side in lane 1. Australia in 5. Australia, Russia, Poland. Not surprisingly. I mentioned the lead-off leg, Marta Klimek. First 100 looking good from her point of view. See if Poland can keep in the mix. Yeah, stronger swimmers in the center coming through now. USA in 4. Australia 1 down from them in 5. Canada in 3. Top of your picture, Russia. USA from Australia, from Russia, but only 0.4 of a second separates the opening swimmers for those respective countries. Look at that, if you look across the lanes. 2 very close together, 3 now very close together, 4 very close together. Russia, Canada, USA and Australia separated by a negligible amount. It will just be the Aussies who'll get to the wall first. Good job by Lani Pallister, 158.6 for that lead off for her. USA 159.3 for Lily Nordman, 159.56 for Nikonova for Russia. That's how it looked after the first 200. Russia now with Yana Kurtseva. Katrina Bellio for Canada. USA going with Erin Gemmell. All the takeovers clean as a whistle. No problems there at all this time. Rebecca Jacobsen for Australia, second up. Germany going with Zoe Vogelmann. I expect the Germans to come into the picture a bit more as this race unfolds, but it is Australia from the USA. And here come Germany in lane number 6, up into third place with Zoe Vogelmann. Australia, in fact, fourth place, just edged out by Russia on the far side, but nothing really to choose between the Russians and the Germans at that turn. 159 opening from Russia, Canada, 158.6 from Lani Pallister. Gave them that advantage from the off, but most managing to just about consolidate it in the second part of the race. USA in second place, Germany in third, waiting for Canada maybe to make their move. And the Russians just falling back off the front of the pace a little bit here. Australia looking good. Now 7:51.47 is that world junior record. I will be surprised if it goes here, but this is decent pace from the Australians with Rebecca Jacobsen and Jenna Forrester to take over. Just checking all the takeovers, all clean. Every one of the leading contenders have had a very safe, very secure takeover. Nobody even down into the hundredths. Around about a quarter of a second or more. Now, what's happening with the USA with Justina Kozan? I expect the Americans to be right alongside the Australians, and now they're starting to be. 0.8 separating 1 and 2. Russians have come right back into it, courtesy of Alexandra Bikova. They've got Nevmenko right at the very end for them. Australia from the USA, Russia, Germany still in the mix. Canada aren't really showing too much at the moment. Australia by 0.47. There's not a lead that you can really take and assume they're going to hold on to this. You can see that's a really wonderful turn by Justina Kozan. Not only comes alongside her, looked like she was going to come past her, but the Australian Jacobsen responding. America, though, hit the front with Kozan. It's not a big lead, almost the same size of lead that the Australians had at the other end. And they go virtually together, 0.34 separating the USA and Australia. Russia Federation on the far side, 3 seconds back. Straight head-to-head, straight shootout, it would seem to be. We're still quite a bit to go in this race, though, between the USA and Australia. Americans have Claire Tuggle at the end. Australians have Jenna Forrester to round things off for them. It would seem the gold and silver are going either to America or Australia. Third place, however, much closer affair between Germany and the Russian Federation. But it is the USA who lead. Got a bit of an advantage now, over a second over the Australians. Then it is Russia. Fourth place to Germany. Fifth are Canada, and this is where the Americans look to be pulling away with Claire Tuggle. Good leg from Justina Kozan. Nice safe changeover to Claire Tuggle. 0.25 off the block for her, 0.27 for Jenna Forrester. Australia not much in terms of the change between third leg and fourth, but now Claire Tuggle is really going for it big time. This is quite a big advantage. She has opened up over the Australian. Third place at the moment looked to be going the way of the Russians. Americans are starting to celebrate already now. Let's have a look at this time, 6:53. To get a world record, world junior record that is, she has to come back in 58. 58 required for the Americans to take that Canadian record of 7:51.47. We'll get more of an idea when she turns at 50 as to whether that's on. I don't think it is, and the Australians are starting to come back. Jenna Forrester is getting closer. I don't think she's got enough time, has she, to eat into that lead, which is still substantial. 2.59 between the USA and Australia. Russia in third place. Canada getting closer, but not close enough in terms of a medal. 7:51 is what we're looking at for a time here for our winners, the USA. I think we can call them our winners now, because Australia aren't going to get. Russia are coming back incredibly fast over this last leg, but they're not going to manage to usurp Australia. 7:51 has come and gone. So the championship record held by Canada will remain in place, but the USA stopped the clock at 7:55.49 for what was in the end a very comfortable victory over Australia. Nearly 2 seconds, but over 2 seconds between the winners and second place. And Russia, for so long in that race, third place. That's what they claim. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's right. Oh, we have a DQ. Russia have been DQ'd. Russia had been DQ'd for reasons that I don't know. Certainly wasn't on the takeover, although those were very clean and very safe. But Russia had been disqualified, which will promote Canada up to third place. Yeah, certainly no indication of anything on our screen as to why that might be the case, but Russia have got DQ'd. USA, Australia remain in 1 and 2. Canada, with their quartet, will be bumped up to third. Germany fourth. Spain and Poland finishing exactly the same time, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, exactly the same time. How often do you see that in a relay? You don't, do you? But Spain and Poland finishing to the 100th of a second in exactly the same place in fifth. Hungary seventh. And a DQ for Russia. So USA 7:55.49. It's good enough on the day for them to take the gold. Second place, silver for Australia. And third place with Canada, 8:01.14.